Hey, my name is Attorney Walter III with Disability Resolution PA. We're going to be going over this article from CNBC, Personal Finance Notation, which is Social Security cost of living adjustment for 2022 could be higher based on rising consumer prices. This is one of those few times, and all the clickbait channels out there will go ahead and basically sell this as you're going to get significantly more money from the Social Security Administration for the retirees, for the disabled, etc. This is the one time you don't want to get a lot of extra money for your benefits, and let me explain why. Let's go through it. Published Wednesday, June 16th, 2021. Lori Konish. Here we go. Rising consumer costs have helped push the latest estimate for next year's Social Security cost of living adjustment to 5.3%. I originally reported in the 4s. We are now looking at that being incorrect. Whether that will actually be the bump retirees see to their monthly checks in 2022 depends a lot on the economy, including whether the Federal Reserve decides to raise interest rates. The 5.3% estimate was calculated by the Senior Citizens League, a nonpartisan senior group based on consumer price index data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics through May. If that amount were to go through, it would be the highest annual adjustment since 2009. When benefits saw a 5.8% boost. Now remember, there was some trickery there during the Obama era when it comes to how they adjusted the COLA. If you go back and look back, there were 2 years where they didn't adjust it, where they should have massively adjusted it. In 2021, Social Security beneficiaries received a 1.3% increase to their monthly checks. Okay, the Senior Citizens League previously estimated the COLA for 2022 could be around 4.7%. Then it went to 4.9%, now we're at 5.3%, and then we'll go even higher, based on the data through April. Social Security's annual cost of living adjustment is calculated from the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPI-W. There are still 4 more months of data before the official estimate for next year is determined. The month-to-month jump in the Senior Citizens League estimate is due to rising costs caused by inflation, according to Mary Johnson, Social Security and Medicare policy analyst at the Senior Citizens League. The price of gasoline saw the biggest hike, rising 56.2% from May 2020 to May 2021. Yeah, but that's, we knew that was going to go back up. Used car and truck prices rose from 29.7% in that 1 year period, and that's because everybody knows you don't buy a new vehicle. Other day-to-day items also saw a spike in prices. Bacon rose 13%, which really upsets me. Citrus fruits are up by 9%, and milk is up by 7.2%. But where's butter at? Not everything rose, however. The cost of ground beef, for example, declined by 5.8%. How those prices shape up in the coming months and whether next year's cost of living adjustment stays the same, goes up, or declines will depend on those consumer costs. Any action by the Federal Reserve could change the trajectory of those prices. Though the Federal Open Market Committee is meeting this week, the central bank is not expected to announce any changes. It could, however, signal how it is thinking about its plans going forward. A lot is going to depend on what happens next, Johnson said. If they announce that they will be raising interest rates, it will be very interesting to watch how that would impact the COLA. Remember, we don't have a good COLA, which is based on the retirees' COLA, the elderly COLA. We have the crappy COLA that we use. Okay, what this article is getting at, and keep in mind that's a month old at this point. What this article is getting at is that the COLA is about to rocket, which means that the cost of your living is going to also rocket, which means that you're not really getting anything new. In fact, the COLA is always dragging behind the actual costs associated with your living expenses. So while this, and a lot of these YouTube channels will be like, 6.1% increase for Social Security retirement beneficiaries and disabled, woo! They're going to be like, this is amazing. And you're going to be like, yeah, like, subscribe, hug. That's not correct. Here's why. That's the cost of living adjustment, which means it costs significantly more for you to live on this earth, which means the dollar is significantly worth less when going to buy things with it, which means they have to give you more money to buy the more now expensive stuff that used to be cheaper. Okay, so what does this mean? We are about to go into some sort of recession, depression. It's sad. Do I think that this is worse than the 2008 housing crisis? Well, wait a minute, guys. The 2008 housing crisis was controllable, right? It was controllable. A particular market, subprime rates, all that jazz. They sold a bunch of houses that people should not that people should not have been able to buy that big of a house, that nice of a house, that type of property, whatever. Okay? It was fixable. People were still working during a lot of that. But with COVID, there are more businesses out of business now than anything you would have seen in 2008, 2009. There are more businesses out of business now. There are more people that weren't working now. It was the entire industry of vocational choices. It wasn't just one. It was all of them. It wasn't just housing. It was all of them. It wasn't just cars. It was all of them. Everything was shut down at some point. So what I want to provide to you is that essentially a lot of people are going to be going on to Social Security disability benefits. They're going to be continuing with their Social Security retirement in the fashion that they would. Social Security benefits are going to become a lot more important and relevant over the next couple of years because of this raise in COLA and the destruction of a lot of essentially small and mid-sized businesses and also mega businesses. They went out of sale left and right too. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. What does all this mean for you? It's not good. The dollar continues to devalue, and the COLA isn't really keeping up. I mean, the COLA could be in the 7%, it could be in the 8%, it could be in the 9%, and you'd be getting a 7, an 8, and 9% increase in your benefits. But let's be honest here, using that COLA exchange system, you're not going to have enough money. You're not. It is what it is. All right. My name is Attorney Walter Ruffenau III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, if you want me to, interact with you with the law firm, the 9 to 5, obtaining benefits, call the law firm. But if you just have a random question or questions about these videos, or you're already disabled or whatever, then don't call the law firm during the 9 to 5. We get over way too many phone calls during that period. Call me when I donate my 2 hours. I donate my time from 8 to 10 p.m. every Thursday, okay, 8 to 10 p.m. every Thursday, Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I go live, I pick up the phone, and I answer questions live, which is actually unlike pretty much every other attorney out there. I'm the only one that I've seen that's willing to do live phone calls. Instead, what the other attorneys do is they have a headset, and the headset has a person feeding them information, and they're receiving comments from people, and they're only answering chat questions. I don't do that. I either figure it out on the spot, tell them I don't know, or I get it right there. That's it. There's no magic tricks, if you will. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you a little bit later. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.